Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going over the Tesla Model Y long range. Before we get in this video, I'm going to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Southtown Imports here in Sandy, Utah. I'm going to include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So let's start things off by going over the EV specs. So we've got 330 miles of range on a single charge. This is possible because we have an 81 kilowatt hour battery pack. Now this has a dual electric motor setup and it puts out 384 horsepower and then 376 pound-feet of torque. And now before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, being fully electric, the Model Y does come with a front storage trunk, which is actually really spacious. It's one of the cool things about the Model Y. Now, the next design detail is the hood. Notice how it's shaped to be a little bit more aerodynamically efficient. And then, of course, got the Tesla logo. And you guys can see the Model Y's signature headlights it shares with the Model 3. And then you've got some fog lights down below. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the front end design of the Model Y. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 255, 45, 19 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, they're mostly closed off for aerodynamic efficiency. And then look at the fender flares here, and you can see that bodywork continues all along the side. Got a little side camera here as well. And then here's our full side view with the Model Y long range. It has that signature Tesla egg shape is what I like to call it. Now this is the part of the video where I normally show the key, and well, it's got the card key because it's a Tesla. And then this leads us into the hatch area with the Model Y. So we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. And yeah, the Model Y's got decent storage also with the seats folded down. It's even more storage. And then we do have even more storage down below. So the Model Y is definitely practical when it comes to storage. And I said storage like 5 times. So take a shot every single time, I suppose. Anyways, you guys can see how it kind of leads to a ducktail. And then look at the taillight design there. And then dual motor badge on the back. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the design on the Model Y. I definitely think that it's function over form, but yeah, it's just my thoughts. Now taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see soft touch here, and then look at the trim down below, and then more soft touch with the stitching that goes throughout, and then you got the door popper. And then taking a look at the seats, look at all the padding here. I think that looks really nice. And then legroom in the back is really good. We also have a little storage pocket. We got some vents and some USBs, and then headroom back here, pretty good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, again, soft touch here at the top, and look at the wood trim down below. And then again, we've got our nice Alcantara trim and more padding here. All of our window controls, by the way. And then here are these seats. You can see, again, with that same soft touch trim. Power adjustments on the side, and then, yeah, Tesla's minimalist design. So we just have wood on the dash and then soft touch, not much else. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got soft touch trim all around, and then you've got what I will call your multi-function controls here on the steering wheel because they can control different things depending on what you select in the infotainment system. And then you got your regular turn signal windshield wiper stalk, and then we do have a column shifter. I don't know if it's gonna pop up on camera, but we do have a column shifter. And then you guys can see in reverse with the camera system, definitely a pretty good resolution, I'd say, overall. And that leads us to the rest of the infotainment system, which is the main portion of the interior of the car. This has literally everything on it. It shows you what gear you're in, for example. It also lets you know how quick you're going, and it's got a bunch of other controls. So you've got this nav screen that you guys can see here. We also have the stuff to open up the car with the front and the trunk and everything. And you got this car tab down below, and this lets you control everything with the Model Y, from, you know, the mirrors to the charging to what drive mode you're in. And then I like the fact we do have some shortcut buttons here. So overall, the screen responds well. It's pretty self-explanatory with the use, but I will say, I mean, and you can let me know if you disagree with me, but I think that it'd be cool if Tesla did do some more physical buttons, but also they don't do more physical buttons because cost savings. Now we've got some storage here, and then you can see more storage down below. And I do like all of the storage space here in the Model Y. I think that it definitely has the practicality. Some cup holders, and the center console got a nice magnet there to connect it. And then the glove box, you do open it up with the screen, but I already opened it so you guys can see. It does have nice soft touch on the outside, which I think is a plus. And then just like all Teslas, we got this big glass roof. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off in the Model Y long range. Here's your visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and let us set off. I figured I'd get this review on the Model Y done because although there are rumors of a quote-unquote redesign coming out for 2024, it looks like that's probably just going to be the Model 3 for now, and the Model Y, it's still going to be a little bit of time before this is redesigned. Also, Tesla is cheaping out like everyone else. So this is funny. A lot of automakers on the driver's side of the seat, it'll be the same materials like the center of the seat, you know, to kind of keep the uniform look. But on the well, sorry, yeah, so on the driver's side, and then on the passenger side, so in the center, right next to center console, they'll put a cloth insert because it's less expensive. Tesla's doing that. So yeah, it's just interesting to see what automakers, it's just a little thing, but it's, for me at least, as someone who reviews cars, so it's interesting to see what automakers cheap out and which ones do not cheap out when it comes to that. But setting off, good power, smooth too. So let's go to pedals and steering so we can see how this is. So acceleration standard. Let's put steering to sport. That'll be fun. I like how there's no sport mode with the acceleration. There's just chill and standard. Oops, I don't mean to turn that off. My brain just like died for a second, I suppose. But I will say the difference between the standard and the chill with the acceleration is quite substantial. It's definitely a big difference between the two. Interesting. Very interesting. And the one pedal drive helps out quite a bit. And pop it back to the standard. I do like how this handles. I think that's a big plus. It's the enemy Audi e-tron EV, but yeah, it's pretty comfortable. I will say that there's a little bit of, I've noticed, and it's just a Tesla thing, there's a little bit of rattling. Seems like up here something. And road noise, it's not bad, but like, here's the deal: it's like Teslas are not. I know like the prices definitely signify that they were luxury cars back in the day, but definitely not a luxury car experience. The ride quality is just too harsh. The noise insulation just not there. It's just not a luxury car. But it's not, at the same time, it's not bad. But yeah, definitely more of an economy car when it comes to the comfort and all of that. Fight with me, Tesla people, if you disagree, but I think it's just facts. But acceleration, it's quick. They're quick. Teslas are definitely quick. Even the long range, obviously it's more about range, hence long range in the name, but it still has really good power. It still moves at a quick pace. Got all these people making U-turns. That's funny. So yeah, it's still good from an acceleration perspective. I mean, yeah, it's effortless. So to cap things off, I do think that Teslas are now getting to the point where the pricing reflects the value that they provide. I know some people are going to be like, oh, Teslas are a bargain now because the price cuts. I wouldn't say that they're necessarily a bargain. What I would say is that Teslas were overpriced for a pretty long amount of time, and now the pricing that they're at finally reflects the build quality and the driving experience that a Tesla provides. This is not a luxury car driving experience. It does not have luxury car build quality. It has economy car driving and build quality. And again, all electric cars drive better, and again, this is just from my experience as a journalist, they drive better than non-luxury cars from a performance standpoint, and from a comfort standpoint. So it's not as comfortable as an ICE luxury car, but it's more comfortable than an ICE non-luxury car, if that makes any sense. And so, yeah, I think that the pricing with the new Teslas, it makes it a much better value proposition. And I'd say that the pricing is finally starting to reflect what Teslas actually are, which is electric, non-luxury cars, electric economy cars. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Model Y long range. But in terms of Teslas, this is probably the Tesla to get because you have the longer range and because it's the Model Y, so you've got a little bit more ground clearance, a little bit more space compared to the Model 3.